turned up.
I wouldn't miss this for the world.
Stasha loved you in his own way. You look well. Ligia said he found some quack healer.
Yes, thank you.
You don't recognize me, do you? But do you remember who taught you how to shoot starlings?
Uncle Voronian, I'm sorry.
Don't worry, I probably wouldn't recognize myself anymore. Go look in on your sister, she's worried. We'll talk at home.
Sister?
Victor. I'm so glad you came. I wasn't sure if my telegram had reached you.
I'm glad too. How are you holding up?
All this caught me off guard, but... For now, I don't have time to think things through calmly.
Have you written to Mother?
Yes, but... what can you expect? You know what Nadia is like. It was never her style to show up for family events like this. It's getting late. And we've still got the reading of Papa's will ahead of us at home. And I'll leave you two alone. I suppose you've got your own matters to clear up.
Fine, let's get this over with. So, it was me who got it right in the end. Back then, on the train platform, was the last time we saw one another. 15 years ago. After brief suffering, fell asleep in the Lord. Brief? I hope not. Did you write this yourself? A tyrant, bigot, and liar, mistakenly absorbed, died after suffering all too briefly. That's better, and definitely closer to the truth. The day you died, you visited me in my dreams. I was a child when you hounded me out of here, and I remember you as you were back then. But in my dream you looked older. You gave me hell as usual. You didn't believe I'd succeed. You were wrong. I've come back with 2 salutors. I'm sorry there are so many things I didn't get to say to your face. All those years, I said them over and over to myself in my head. How you were never able to admit a mistake. You never sought blame in yourself. Someone else was always guilty, never you. Mother because she wanted something for herself in life. Ligia because she wasn't born a boy. Me because I was born a thaumaturge, but I didn't want to live following your principles. And now... Farewell, Father.
Am I intruding?
I was reflecting at the grave of my beloved father.
You tricked me. I heard something else. Stanisław and I were acquainted. You might say I knew everything about your father. Mr. Victor Szulski, isn't it? Your absence from Warsaw has happily come to an end, I hope.
With all due respect, this is my personal business. It was my father who knew you, not me.
True. Please forgive me. I meant no harm. Again, my condolences.
I didn't catch your name.
My name's Kanieczkin. Ivan Kanieczkin.
Konieczki.
Goodbye.
O kurwa.
Such interesting friends.
No też traumaturg chyba, bo miał taką bliznę jakąś.
I guess I'm more tired than I thought.
Żryj gruz szulski.
Great-grandmother Josefina, a thaumaturge. Grandpa Nikodem, a thaumaturge. I barely remember him.
S?
We can go. The hardest thing was getting the lid of the urn. The scattering I could handle.
You can play the clown, but I know how much this has cost you. I'm glad you went.
Love at a funeral. Eros post-mortem. Is it suitable for a young lady in mourning to fraternize with bachelors? Konstancja Shabowska, the Warsaw Courier. Could I ask for a brief comment?
Hyena.
Thank you. And you, sir?
I suggest you leave. Otherwise, I'll overlook your womanhood and make sure you can never pronounce a single syllable correctly again.
You'd permit that to happen, Judge? Maybe I should write about this.
And who would let you print it?
Someday the press will get the Russian boot off its neck, Judge.
I'm afraid none of us will live to see the day, my dear. Come on, children. I'm sure my Petya is already waiting for us at home.
I'd love to see my cousin.
Are you coming with us?
Thanks.
Get in. I'm sure the lawyer is already waiting for us.
Miss, your guests have arrived. The lawyer's upstairs too, waiting. A trifle jittery. Wonder if the tea I made him was too strong.
Thank you, Grażyna, dear.
Grażyna!
Let the guests wait. First, I want to take care of the will.
I'll just wet my whistle and join you all upstairs.
Grażyna dir.
Make sure Uncle makes it upstairs sober. And I'll suggest you don't dawdle either.
Kurwa.
Master Victor, good God! Half your face covered, but I could tell right away it was you. You look just like your father in his youth. Completely his spitting image. Should I make you some cocoa, Master? It would warm you up a little.
Make an extra creamy one for Ligia.
Oh, I won't skimp on her. Now, your sister's putting a brave face on all this, but she's really having a hard time. It's lovely to see you again. But that's enough jabber for now. I've got the guests and the cocoa, and I've got to whip up some food for you all later. We'll talk soon.
Kurwa, to... Kurwa, kamienica z ogrodem, no no. Piwnica. Kuzyn pewnie.
I don't want to put my foot in my mouth again. I already failed to recognize someone once today, but you look familiar.
Well, I should think so. I was the victim of one of your starling hunts. Voronins must not be very memorable, cousin.
Pietia, forgive me, and for shooting you as well. How are you doing?
Just some heart problems, not a subject for today. I'm sorry about Uncle Stanislav. Forgive me for not coming to the funeral. I can't bear cemeteries.
We'll have to meet up again.
Goodbye.
To jest kurwa jakiś żart. 365 obiadów za 5 złotych. O kurwa, to ja też takie coś chcę. Przydałoby się. Pierdolę. Jak co dostałem? Komiczne. Przepis na nalewkę Grażyny.
glad you're here. I thought I'd have to drink alone.
So many goodies laid out for the guests. Having trouble picking something for yourself, Judge?
But this was Stashio's. It was special. Amber liqueur with quinces.
I think you mean quince liqueur with amber, right? If it's not here, I'm sure it's in the basement. But I won't grope around.
Czekaj, ciekawe, czy to się stanie... To jest jakby mi się gówno, ja? Ciekawe, czy jak przyjdę na pierdol, się wkurwi. A tu wino pewnie, ja? Zbadaj, obraz. O, sporo rzeczy, kurwa. Dobra. O kurwa. Takie ładne buteleczki z etykietą, a tutaj szmoto. Zajście wytworne, kurwa, trunek. No jeszcze tylko iść na górę, nie?
How did it go? Mission accomplished?
Szczerze... Kurwa, nie. Naleweczkę dam mu, nie? Chciał naleweczki, to chciał naleweczki.
I think this is the one Uncle wanted.
Yes. This is our little funeral battle. We would meet in Stasia's study after every funeral we went to, and raise a toast to the dead. And recently, we've been seeing one another more and more at such events. More and more. But this time, even he has left me. So, to an easy death, as Stasia and I used to say.
How did he die?
Hasn't Lygia told you?
I haven't even had the chance to ask.
He didn't suffer, but such images in the memory are better saved for later. I'd prefer to remember him as he was alive. What then? Am I drinking alone?
Kurwa. Mam szybki zapis. Kusi mnie, kurwa, ale ja pierdolę coś zbyt chamskiego, nie? Napij się za lekką śmierć. To jest takie grzeczne, nie? Ach chuj to.
May the ground be soft, father. I'm not betting there's an afterlife.
Well, obligation fulfilled. Shall we get to the reading of the will?
Czekaj. Chuj, chuj wczytam. A nie mogę wczytać.
At the funeral, there was this sad Jewish fellow, Mordechai Hayat. Do you know him, uncle?
He worked for Stanisław, but that was a long time ago. I don't know him more than that. So, shall we collect our inheritance?
You'll all have to wait.
All right.
Czekaj. Nie zapisz, tylko wczytaj. Zobaczę, jak powiem pewnie za lekką śmierć, to on pewnie też gdzieś się po to za lekką śmierć, ale ten bardziej chamski po prostu.
How did it go?
A właśnie, przy okazji dam mu czerwone wino.
This is what I found.
Oh no, it's Lygia who guzzles that when she's got a moment's peace.
Should I put it back?
No. Why slug back and forth? So? To an easy death, as Stasio and I used to say.
How did he die?
Hasn't Lygia told you?
I haven't even had the chance to ask.
He didn't. What then? I suppose there's no reason to bear grudges or be angry, is there? To Stasio?
To an easy death.
Familiar faces keep vanishing from my life. Stasio and my Helena before him.
No.
I miss my little darling. I miss them both.
No to jest grzeczniejsze, bo nawet wuja... Czekaj. To było grzeczniejsze. Chciałem to tylko sprawdzić. Mówi, czyje to jest wino, ale ja te wino jakby już zinspektowałem i w sumie doszedłem do tych samych wniosków, że od kogo to jest...
How did it go?
No. Naleweczka.
Yes. Hasn't.
I haven't even had.
He didn't suffer.
Ogólnie jak mówię za lekką śmierć, to on wtedy tłumaczy, że mu tam ludzi brakuje. Swoich żony i dziecka, no tak. A chuj tam.
May the ground be soft, father. I'm not betting there's an afterlife.
Well, obligation fulfilled. Shall we get to the reading of the will?
At the funeral, there was this sad Jewish fellow, Mordechai Hayat. Do you know him, uncle?
He worked for Stanisław, but that was a long time ago. I don't know him more than that. So, shall we collect our inheritance?
You'll all have to wait for me a moment yet.
All right, but hurry up.
Mogę się napierdolić? Jak to muszę kurwa zapisać? Czekaj, muszę sobie zdjęcie zrobić tego tekstu. Chyba muszę sobie włączyć tryb pro na aparacie. O, idealnie. Pyk. Ty, ale teraz to mnie trochę zaciekawiło, bo proszę jak ładnie napisane i teraz pewnie jakbym użył wina, to by było inne. Kurwa, no i aż kusi, żeby po prostu to przeorać. O nalewce mówi, nalewka to nie alkohol. I pewnie, a chociaż chuje, bo jak będzie wino, to będzie też wino, to nie alkohol. Zobaczymy. A i to rysunek jest, a proszę. Chyba się kołyszę trochę. Ale myślałem, po prostu patrzę w stronę buty. Dobra, czekaj, stój. Zapisz. Wczytaj. To będzie ten zapis. Nie, to jest zapis. Czekaj. Nie. Ten. Ej, co jest kurwa? Chyba, że quick save. Mam 2 quick save'y i jeden nadpisał drugi. A chuj. No to chuj, po prostu. Za coś takiego, pyk. Muszę pogadać z wujasem.
Good.
Sprawdzę, co będzie pisało, jak będzie jedno i drugie wino.
How did it go?
No, czekaj. Dam mu białe wino.
I found this one.
That's not ours. He got it from some woman. Bad enough to do. So, to an easy death. As Stash hasn't.
I haven't.
He didn't suffer. What? Familiar faces keep. I miss my little dog.
You'll all have.
All right.
A, sprytne. Jeżeli dam mu inne wino, to tej interakcji nie ma, bo dałem mu to, czego nie chciał. Spoko, no dobra. Myślałem, że będzie jakiś inny tekst. I can deal with that. Ale nalewka to nie alkohol, zajebiste. Najlepszy tekst, jaki kurwa w życiu słyszałem. To będzie tu, nie? Czyli... A punkt no, ja? Tu dalej nie mogę pójść, bo nie mam tych... siła wyczynu. To reakcja jest. O, to jest spoko. Ktoś miał akcja dodatkowa, spoko. O, 50%. To też spoko. Przywraca 3 za każdy wroga pod wpływem cierpienia. Każdy. No co, no to idziemy do góry, nie? Quick save. Pita. Pieta, przepraszam, to jest pieta. Dobra, o, przykłady. Mogę się przebrać. No to jestem przebrany, nie? Sploty arogancji. A nie, przepraszam bardzo, teraz dopiero się przebrałem. Wcześniej miałem ten strój. Czyli ja muszę podejść chyba do... Kurwa, dużo rzeczy. Numer wieczorny. O! Na siebie. Okej. I z Rzymu, o kurwa. Drogi dziecko, stop. Ała. Urobosa. Orobos? Czekaj, Orobos kurwa? To była jakaś postać z mitologii? Bo demonologii. Hmm. Okej. Trochę zjebało się to. Że ja poszedłem do góry. Aha, fajne, że miał swojego Salmador. Kurwa, że ma Salmador? Chuja pana, ja muszę to sobie zapamiętać, jak się dokładnie nazywa. Saul Luthor, kurwa, muszę zapamiętać. Gdzie jest największy rozstrzał obrażeń? Tu, nie? A tu już koszt 2, ok. Co ten moment jestem maksymalnie wyekspiony.
I am ready, Mr. Shulski. I only need all of you to be present. Can we start reading your father's will?
Yes, let his will be done. Again.
Let's begin if everyone is ready. Would you all please take a seat? Ladies and gentlemen, by the power of my office vested in me by the grace of His Imperial Majesty, the Emperor of all Russia, I hereby testify. Mr. Shulski's last will and testament were prepared several years ago in the presence of Zaslav Fedorov, Esquire, that is myself. My last will and testament recorded in the year of our Lord 1888. In the name of the Holy Trinity. Amen.
Excuse me, but could we get to the details?
Victor.
I think we all want to address more temporal matters. matters, don't we?
In theory,
Would you be so kind?
Of course. Here we are. All movables and immovables relating to the family enterprise I entrust to the care and administration of my daughter. I do not prescribe a method of administering them. I merely offer her one.
Okej. Szczerze, wróć. Wróć.
A?
Bo ja nie wiedziałem. Ja nie wiedział, ja nie chciał. Że tu jest kurwa opcja wkurwienia kogoś swoim zachowaniem. Ja nie wiedziałem.
A building.
No, dobra. To zaraz.
Where?
Bacie. O kurwa mać.
And where? I think
Kurwa, akurat taki
now.
Dobra, czekaj. Wróć, kurwa, wróć. Ja nie wiedział, ja nie chciał, że kurwa da się kogoś zirytować takim nonszalanckim pierdoleniem. Czyli będę teraz wiedział, że mogę kogoś urazić. O kurwa, napisałem. A to nawet chyba jest dobry zapis, nie? A to chuj tam. Chujowo, bo to jest zapis... Piata. Ja, dobra. To jest dobry zapis, tylko że... Po prostu przeklikam to, co przeklikałem. Przebiorę się. Jak to w ogóle tutaj siadło? Kilka sekund. No teraz dobrze podeszłem do obrazu. A pitch quick save. Teraz będę... Jakby no... Osobiście... Takie pierdolenie na czytaniu spadku, że mógłbyś się streścić, to jest dosyć chamskie.
I am ready, Mr. Shulsky. I only need all of you to be present. Can we start reading your father's will?
Yes, let his will be done. Again.
Let's begin if everyone is ready. Would you all please take a seat? Ladies and gentlemen, by the power of my office vested in me by the grace of His Imperial Majesty, the Emperor of all Russia, I hereby testify. Mr. Shulsky's last will and testament were prepared several years ago in the presence of Zaslav Fedorov, Esquire, that is, myself. My last will and testament recorded in the year of our Lord 1888. In the name of the Holy Trinity. Amen.
Dobra.
Therefore, my first irrevocable wish is to appoint as executrix of this will my daughter, Ligia Szulska. Immediately after my death, an inventory shall be conducted in full accordance with the law. After completing the inventory, all my personal movables will be sold at public auction. and let the funds raised thereby be donated on the anniversary of my death to the beggars near that cemetery. The administration of the remainder of my fortune I leave, without restriction, to the person of my daughter Lygia.
I'm not even getting a teaspoon.
All movables and immovables relating to the family enterprise I entrust to the care and administration of my daughter. I do not prescribe a method of administering
Ale wszystkie długi przepiszę na Szulskiego.
offer her one piece of advice. I wish that the business should be conducted with modesty, prudence, and honesty, as I have conducted it my whole life.
A joker to the very end.
To my brother-in-law and oldest friend, Alexander Voronin, I wish to leave the following: my collection of muskets and 2 revolvers, dating to the uprising in memory of our first meeting.
Stasio, I will have plenty to do in my retirement.
Enjoy your retirement.
Dlaczego w sumie to nawet nie pasuje do moich wyborów, bo kurwa, okej, jest to tak, że ten Duma, tak? Tylko ja właśnie uważam, że z Dumy ja bym albo nic nie powiedział, albo po prostu im pogratulował. Nie żałował, bo to tak jakbyś się teraz kurwa żalił. Chuja, nie Duma. O, miło was... Miło, że dostaliście w chuja nic.
Now, Mr. Fedorov, what did my father leave my mother?
Victor, be serious.
Nothing. There is a special item reflecting the absolute lack of any bequest to my former spouse, Nadia Fyodorovna Voronina. I would also like to come to the aid of my only son, Viktor Shulsky, by entrusting him with the use of my personal black grimoire.
O!
In the hope that he will be able to make good use of it. This is my last will and testament. Carry it out solemnly, though you may have found it burdensome.
Dostaję upgrade
However,
grimoiru.
this last bequest poses a certain problem.
Yes, it certainly does. And what is that, may I ask?
I am not in possession of this grimoire. The late Mr. Shulsky used it up until his death, yet no one left it with me after his passing.
Meaning it's disappeared?
Ha! Zajebiście. Ale patrz, ten cień. Ale zajebista aura.
Did father have his grimoire on him at the time of his death?
It was only because of the grimoire that we could identify him at all.
What actually happened? How did he die?
A building collapsed on top of him. I don't know any other way of putting it.
No za lekką śmierć, faktycznie, lekka kurwa śmierć. Niech mu gruzy lekkie kurwa będą.
The grimoire. Could someone have taken it?
Perhaps, in all that confusion.
But why would anyone want Papa's grimoire? An ordinary person won't use it. Would the Thaumaturge just happen to be passing by?
Father had all his knowledge in there, but I don't know if it would be useful to someone other than him. I don't even know why he left it to me.
I'm sure Stasio had a reason.
A building? It collapsed on top of him? How? How did this happen?
It was a day like any other. Papa had gone for his habitual walk. Every Tuesday and Thursday, he'd take a stroll to get some space, as he put it. When he didn't come back for a long time, I got the bad feeling something had happened. Then,
We rode there together. An entire wall of a tenement had collapsed. There were 3 victims, including Stasio, who had the bad luck to simply be walking by. To see him there in that condition, it's beyond description. Where did it happen? Where was this building? The southern part of Śródmieście, not far from the police station. Anyway, you can miss it. So that's where it is. I've seen this place. I'd rather not imagine what condition you found father in there.
Of all the possibilities, this was the death that fate prepared for him.
To jest kurwa głos V. Wszystkim możliwe, że... O, no kusi! Kusi, tak? Karma wraca. No nie mogę quick save'ów tu zrobić. W takim momencie szkoda. A ona się wkurwi na mnie. No, szczerze? Zawalenie się w budynku? To choćby kurwa... A nie, są przypadki, w którym to się by należało, ale... Co? Do końca nie znam backgroundu. On był po prostu chujowym ojcem, tak? Surowym. Chuj, jak się obrazi, to ten...
He died as he lived, miserably. He couldn't have met a more fitting end after...
Kurwa ma... Czyli akurat... Kurwa! Coś zapamięta, dobra, chuj, no, już się kurwa poświęcę, nie? Autozapis, a gdzie jest ten autozapis? Może w pół... A, w pół rozmowy,
It was
o!
only because of the grimoire that
One act...
a building.
W pół rozmowy jest zapis, okej.
A build...
When
We... to... Perhaps...
but what?
Father... I'm sure... Where did it... So that...
Of all
Kusi, nie?
I foresaw a slightly more pleasant end for him,
those might be the kindest words you've ever said on the subject of a father.
How typical of his sort of person to keep a portrait in his study of a family that was only a family on canvas. Not long after the painting was done, he got divorced, ruined Nijitas, and kicked out his son. But there the portrait hangs, as if family meant anything at all.
I don't know what exactly happened with Aboritse, but I know that Papa felt guilty. You don't want to forgive him even now that he's gone?
The dead need no forgiving. And as for forgetting, I don't know how.
Właśnie...
It's just a shame about the grimoire.
What do you intend to do?
And where are father's things at the moment?
You're standing at the very center of his kingdom. Not everything has been sorted through yet, but you go right ahead.
And the store? I should check there too.
I've started stock taking there to distract myself, and I don't want you to go in there before I've finished.
As you wish. I think we have to look for the answer in the place where it happened.
With your sight, you can make out more in those ruins than I, or Uncle, or Detective could. This is a good lead, but is it the only one?
Father evidently knew a certain Ivan Konieczkin. Have you heard anything about him?
Konieczkin? No, doesn't ring a bell.
All sorts of people came to Papa's store. That doesn't mean every one of them might know something about the grimoire.
That's true. You've got your work cut out for you.
And Mordechai Chayat. Could that be a lead?
I don't think so. He worked with Father, but he left more than a year ago. I don't know why. He was an assistant at our, well, my store.
Do you know where I might find him?
Sadly, no.
Do you have any other ideas?
Now at least I can see how little I know. Maybe these scraps of information will lead me somewhere.
Well, now that we know what's got to be figured out, forgive me, my darlings. I'm going to give my old bones a rest.
I'll see you out.
Goodbye, Uncle. And, Ligia. I'm sorry it happened this way. That I wasn't close by.
The most important thing is you're here now.
O, chociaż... O, teraz jakbym 3 razy pierdolał, to... Z dumą to odpowiedź. To 3 razy bym ją obraził. Jest upyr, jo? O! O, jaka ładna płyta. Teraz pogadam z upyrem. Nie ma nic w pracowni jakby? Czy to właściwie jest sypialnia? A, gadajmy z upyrem.
How do you find your old stomping ground? Yes, I'm not too fond of this place either. This is where I had my last conversation with my father, just before I left. If you can call it a conversation. Can you see my dreams? Nightmares, actually. Ever since I decided to come back, I keep reliving the same memory. The loan shark incident. I've been seeing his death more and more lately. I wonder if his shop is still there. Perhaps we should go there and check.
O kurwa, czekaj, to jest... Stop. To jest jakiś kurwa rodzaj misji czasowej, ja? Dobra, to tak, zapytaj Lidię. Po pierwsze i... To z tymi lichwiarzami.
Hello?
I talk here? Do you hear me now? Victor? Victor, are you there?
Grigori? Yes.
Victor, where are you?
On the other end of the line, at home, where the telephone rang.
Incredible.
How did you know I have a telephone at home?
Something's interrupting you, Victor. I am telecommunicating with you to say I found lodgings here in Warsaw.
Siema.
If you need me,
Cześć.
I'm by the cemetery. What number is it? Yes. 7 Powaskowska Street. Number 7 by cemetery. Powaskowska.
I'm glad. It's good to hear your voice.
It's good to hear you as well. Goodbye. I want to end now. What do I... like this? Wonderful device. Remarkable. Hello?
found anything yet about the grimoire? Is there any way I can help?
What's next for you? You're in charge here now. Have you got some kind of grand scheme?
A grand scheme? Oh, for now, I'm just trying to keep my head above water. Certain customers are unconvinced that a woman can handle running a business. What's worse, a woman without powers. You know what I mean. A thaumaturge at my side would shut them all up. After all, it's your heritage too.
I don't know anything about running a company, but if I can help in any way, you can count on me.
Thank you. That means a lot to me. I trust the smoke doesn't bother you.
You used to detest the smell of tobacco. You'd hold your breath going into Father's study.
That's true, but when I'd stay here, alone with Papa, and somehow over the years I got used to it. I don't know when I started copying him even.
Daddy's girl. You were always closer to him.
That's not true. I was just less rebellious than you, his Thaumaturge son. Now come on, what else is on your mind?
The trousers are an original style. Until now, I'd only seen women in trousers in the East.
First of all, they're practical. It's the 20th century. It's high time we started dressing comfortably.
In this instance, I'd have put the fly in a different place, but again, I won't be the one wearing them.
You've traveled around the world, and look how conservative you are. You surprise me.
Our tastes are just different.
It isn't about taste, but let's not argue. You've only just arrived. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
In Father's study, I found a trace of a woman that I couldn't identify.
Probably Svetlana Rumiantseva.
Who is she? And what did Father have to do with her?
Svetlana is a Russian aristocrat who travels with the Romanovs' court. I can only tell you she was a customer of Father's.
A customer? If you don't want to say, then don't. Where can I find her?
When she's in town, she stays at the Imperial Hotel.
She might know something that will help me find the grimoire.
Not so fast. To get in, you're going to need me and my connections. Svetlana is famous for her soirees where she hosts the crème de la crème of Warsaw.
What's a soiree?
How long did you say you lived with Mother in Paris? Just a party, if you like. Do you know what that is?
Very funny.
We could go together. How about you track down some evening clothes and I'll sort out the invitation? And I won't take no for an answer.
Sadly, you never give me a chance. Unfortunately, everything in my wardrobe is antediluvian. I need a tailor.
There's a shop at 11 Pruzhna Street that's fairly decent and quick. We also have barbers in Warsaw in case you want to do something about whatever you have growing on your head and face.
Okay.
Yes?
I'll get going.
Czekaj, ja nie wiem, czy ja jedną opcję źle kliknąłem, kurwa. Ja ją pochwaliłem za ten ubiór, czy ją stwierdziłem, że jest chujowy? To zapis? Quick save? Nie napisz, nie zapisz, czytaj. Nie pamiętam. Ja tu, ja? A, to git, to nawet git. Ale tu coś leży? Tego wcześniej nie było. A, tego nie widziałem wcześniej, proszę. Magiczne kurwa drzwi same się zamykają.
Grigori,
Victor?
on the other end of the line. Has something happened?
To me? No. I am telecommunicating with you to say I found lodgings here in Warsaw. If you need me, I'm by the cemetery. What number is it? Yes. 7 Powaskowska Street. Number 7 by cemetery. Powaskowska.
I'm glad. It's good to hear your voice.
It's good to hear you as well. Goodbye.
Chodzi tutaj, to nic tu chyba nie ma. O, chyba zdjęcie będą wpierdalać. Gdzie ten rysunek. Kok. Fajne.
Master Victor, let me guess. Have you come for some hot cocoa?
No! Kurwa, z jednej strony zrobiłem... Czekaj, kurwa. Mam autozapis, Koko.
Yes, a cup of cocoa would do me good.
Help yourself. The pot is in the salon, along with some of your favorite cookies. It's been an age since we've seen one another. I'm glad you're back. Mistress Ligia is really struggling with everything.
And so, the great Stanisław Szulski is dead, crashed by a building. Can't say I'd wish a death like that on anybody.
An awful death. Sheer cruelty. Mr. Szulski didn't deserve it. Now all we can do is think back on what a wonderful man he was.
That won't take long. So, this death, what do you make of it, Grażynka?
I'll tell you in
Grażynka.
confidence, Master Szulski. Now, I'm a
Grażynko.
simple woman, but something about your father's death doesn't sit right with me.
Kurwa, Grażyna.
How do you mean, Grażynka?
Don't you suspect some impure powers had a hand in it?
Do you mean it could have something to do with thaumaturge?
That I don't know. Look at us jabbering while there are potatoes not peeled. Forgive me, Master.
Ligia won't open up to me, but how is she doing?
She's having a rough time, the poor dear. Her heart is heavy, though she doesn't show it. But she's strong. She keeps her chin up and doesn't give in. And it's good she's got you to help now, Master. Only she started smoking like a chimney. She takes after her father, no question about it.
Another time, Grażynka. I'll get out of your way.
Always ample work, but I can always snatch a moment for a chit-chat with you, Master.
Ale to było ten ciastka i koko. A czekaj, co się stanie, jak zapytam ją o coś mocniejszego? Da mi flaszkę? To nie było. Jakby to jest, chodzi też o to zbieranie tych... jak się nazywa, kurwa? Rysunków, nie rysunków, tylko szkicy, o.
Master Victor, let me guess. Have you come for some hot cocoa?
Will there happen to be anything stronger?
I see you're all grown up. There's still a little homemade liqueur if Judge Voronin's not polished it all off. Help yourself. It's been an age since we've seen one another. I'm glad you're back. Mistress Ligia is really struggling with
That?
I'll tell you.
How do you...
Don't you...
Do you mean it could have something to do with Thaumaturge?
That I don't know. Look at us jabbering while there are potatoes not peeled. Forgive me. She's having a rough... Oh, she takes up.
Another time, Grażynka.
Always...
Grażynka. A sprawdzę, czy w piwnicy coś się pojawiło. Może po wydarzeniach mogę do czegoś odbić. Nie. Clear. Czysto, ale bym powiedział, że za czysto. Dobra, czekaj.
Have you found anything yet about the grimoire? Is there any way I can help?
What's next for you? You're in charge here now. Have you got some kind of grand scheme?
A grand scheme? Oh, for now, I'm just... Certain customers are unconvinced. You know what? After all...
Ale to niby nie jest ważna decyzja, ale patrz jednak.
I don't
Zapamięta
know
to.
anything about running a company, but if I can help in any way, you can count on me.
Thank you. That means a lot to me. I trust the smoke doesn't bother you.
You used to detest the smell of tobacco. You'd hold your breath going into Father's study.
That's true, but when I'd stay here, alone with Papa, and somehow over the years I got used to it. I don't know when I started copying him even.
Daddy's girl. You were always closer to him.
That's not true. I was just less rebellious than you, his Thaumaturge son. Now come on, what else is on your mind?
Dobra, czekaj, teraz to.
The trousers are an original style. Until now, I'd only seen women in trousers in the East.
First of all, they're practical. It's the 20th century. It's high time we started dressing comfortably.
No się ja kliknąłem, że nie jestem entuzjazmem na to.
You've always been brave.
No właśnie.
Never afraid of anything or anybody. Like when Mother almost had a fit because you dumped my best tie in hot cocoa.
I didn't care that she was angry. I wanted to get you back for not wanting to play with me.
Because you were being too annoying.
You meant to say brave. By the way, Grażyna still makes cocoa every evening. You can conjure up the flavor of childhood if you want. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
In Father's study, I found a trace of a woman that I couldn't identify.
Probably Svetlana Rumyantseva.
Who is she? And what does Father have to do with her?
Svetlana is a Russian aristocrat who travels with the Romanovs' court. I can only tell you she was a customer of Father's.
A customer? If you don't want to say, then don't. Where can I find her?
When she's in town, she stays at the Imperial Hotel.
She might know something that will help me find the grimoire.
Not so fast. To get in, you're going to need me and my connections. Svetlana is famous for her soirees where she hosts the creme de la creme of Warsaw.
Creme de la creme, kurwa.
What's a soiree?
How long did you say you lived with Mother in Paris? Just a party, if you like. Do you know what that is?
Very funny.
We could go together. How about you track down some evening clothes and I'll sort out the invitation? And I won't take no for an answer.
Sadly, you never give me a chance. Unfortunately, everything in my wardrobe is antediluvian. I need a tailor.
There's a shop at 11 Pruzhna Street that's fairly decent and quick. We also have barbers in Warsaw in case you want to do something about whatever you have growing on your head and face.
Okej. O kurwa.
Liga?
Yes?
I'll get going.
Okej. Z tobą pogadać już nie mogę. To zrobię, bo to poboczniak jest i czasowy, to jest ciekawe. To co ponad zostanie. Mam 3 punkty. Sisi Toro, Sisi. Chodzi o obserwację, dziennik. Pajman. To jest ta statua. Co, może coś w ogrodzie mogę sprawdzić? Jest to ogólnie, no, a, tu jest w ogóle, o, dzień, ten jest system dzień dnia.
Are you lost?
Fuck. I'll try to be a hero, and it'll be all right. You're outnumbered.
Quantity doesn't always translate to quality.
Call the rest. We got one with a death wish.
Macie przejebane. Ale wam wpierdolę. To chyba lepsze jest. Wyjdę dostał. Perfect hita. Okej. Kurwa, nie, chyba zdychnę. Ciężko. Przeżył. Dobra, a kurwa. Koniec gry. Fuck. Co lepiej zagrać? Okej. Teraz będę mógł już użyć mocniejszych ataków na nich. Pięknie. teraz trochę lepiej poszło. A nie, przepraszam. Ja muszę. A przerwałem mu... No właśnie, przerwałem mu atak, nie? Zajebiście, udało się. On umrze na 80%. I mu przerwałem akcję. Dobra. Kurwa, pięknie to siada. Dobra, teraz to ładnie rozegrałem, naprawdę to ładnie rozegrałem.
Get off my lawn!
Victor? I heard a noise. Are you all right?
I'm fine. We've had a few unwelcome visitors.
Burglars? What's wrong with this town? I'll call Uncle.
Ale ich napierdam.
There's no rush. I don't think they'll try to rob anyone anytime soon.
No i git. Wpierdol im spuściłem. Z małym początkowym problemem. Udaje się do krawca, no ale do krawca nie pójdę z rana, nie? Mogę coś o niej pogadać o tym?
Ligia?
Yes?
I'll get going.
Nie mogę, szkoda. Okej. A, idę w piździec stąd. Ja... Woźnica, a tu widzę chyba kogoś, mogę zrobić zdjęcie. Kurwa, rysunek. Przepraszam, to zdjęcie. Fajne. A, teraz będę mógł biegać po mieście, robić pamiątkowe zdjęcia, tak? Ma to zaznaczone na mapie? CC Toro. Miejsce odpoczynku, miejsce odpoczynku. Coś interesującego, coś interesującego. Zamknięte, zamknięte. Zamknięte. Okej, a jeżeli chodzi... Musiałbym chyba iść do woźnicy, nie? Quick saving. Kurwa mać, co? Ten znaczki, ten nasłonił, kurwa mać. Okej. Ale pytanie, czy ja mogę się u niego przebrać w coś innego? Chyba nie, tylko na razie mogę w moje stroje. Ale będę wiedzieć dodatkowy, jak z nim pogadam dobrze.
Excuse me. Damn it. I forgot to turn the key. Sorry, what?
You tell me. What is it?
I couldn't help noticing you're struggling for inspiration.
You've got a keen eye. The book makes it easier? I have to guess what everyone has in their mind.
Is there any way I can help?
I want to know what people look for in fashion these days. Back in the day,
Lubię go.
all you needed
Czego
was two
kurwa
pen
ludzie
lads and a
szukają?
space for your Johnson. I don't know what else there is to it. If you tell me that, I'll be grateful. I'll sew you anything you want in return.
Let me sharpen my senses. I need some evening wear, quick.
Good proportions.
Thank you.
Alterations won't take long. Your name and address, sir?
Viktor Szulski, 9 Green Square.
I'll send a messenger when I'm done. And Mr. Szulski, if you'll allow me a moment of candor, as it often seems no one dares to address you with it.
Sorry, what?
Go and find yourself a barber in Pavonsky. You look like a troglodyte. Now, I'd like to go to my business.
I won't bother you.
All right.
Ty kurwa kutasie. Coś mi jeszcze umyka, powiadasz, ja? A co mi umykało? Do powodu tego. A się przejdę po Warszawie. Też jaka... O, było chlane, co? A to coś ciekawego. Menele. Mogę pogadać z menelami. A nie, bilet. Coś interesującego. A, kurier warszawski. O kurwa, ile misji mi się pojawiło teraz. Holy fuck. Ja, że teraz nie mogę nic tutaj zrobić, bo jest noc. Tu jest ten hotel. Miejsce odpoczynku. No, na ławce, jak menel kurwa spał. Że tak. Ale trochę to rozbawiło, nie? Miejsce odpoczynku. Dobra, czekaj. Coś interesującego tutaj jeszcze miałem, nie? Jak już jestem tu w Warszawie, to sobie pozbieram te. Pocztówka z Łodzi. To te pierdolę znaleźć, chodząc po prostu po mieście. Fajne to jest, lubię. A, wskazać będzie? O. No i fajnie. No to mamy jakiś tam obszar tej wawy. Mam zbadany. Tu jest jedna dorożka. To jest Golibroda, nie? Zamknięte. A, czekaj. A nie. Te misje dodatkowe chciałem. Tylko tak. Najboczne. Kurwa, sporo tego jest. Gdybym chciał to śledzić. To na mapie gdzie mi się pokaże? A, tu. Muszę jeszcze coś zjeść. Zapisz grę. Ale mam jeszcze 3 punkty, jo. Jo. Pozywy.